Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to start my session with a story. So there were once two merchant friends. They too were big merchants and they used to ship their mercenaries from one country to another. So once upon a time, as they were doing so, both of their ships, as they were going through the ocean, both of their ships caught rough waters. Their ships dwindled and ultimately gave in to the huge troubled ocean. That means both of their ships, loaded with all those cargoes, sank into the bosom of the water. Now, this was a huge loss for both the merchants. One of them went into a complete depression. He was very sad. He was extremely sad. He cried and he moaned and he hugely grieved about the loss. And the other one started to understand that this was a loss, and he started to understand what type of grief it can bring. The other one, which was crying and grieving, could not get over his feelings. Slowly and slowly, the feelings started to overpower him. He felt all that loss within him so deeply that he felt whatever he can do, whatever business he was making, he would be facing the same loss. In this way, slowly and slowly, he lost his confidence on his business, and he always moaned about the same thing. This actually started to demoralize the morale of his entire company or the business he had. All the people who used to work with him started to feel more discouraged and lost their morale. The employees, when started to lose their morale and felt that the leader is not behaving like a proper leader, started to leave his organization, and slowly his business came to a huge halt. Now think about this situation. The same situation was faced by another of that same merchant, which was his friend, but he kind of started to think this huge loss as a great learning opportunity. How and why there can be some risk, and how and why this risk can be averted. He also, like his other friend, mourned for his huge loss, but he started to control his emotions. Controlling one's emotions starts to bring all the opportunities. Now, as he found out that how he can recover his losses, he started to motivate his organization in such a way that all his team members got supercharged and super motivated. They spread the story of what can be the risk of ferrying things from one country to another, and started to find out possible alternative routes. With that, within 5 years, the game was over for the other merchant. He, on the other hand, started to see his business swell up to 50%, and also more and more people started to join his organization because they saw that he had an awesome personality with tremendous amount of positive impact. So what is the moral of the story I was telling you? The only moral is start to learn to see the opportunities in the times of huge grief and crisis. Now take an example of your life. See all the crisis situations in your life and pen it down, or think about them with a quiet mind. Think about all those years of your life, all those days of your life where you had something completely out of the blue that had completely knocked you over in your life, and you had cried and grieved about it or moaned about it. It can be a loss of friend, it can be a loss of love, it can be a loss of life, loss of property, or any kind of theft even. All these things which makes us extremely sad are the emotions that we need to overcome. It does not mean that you need to forget the emotions and be happy and dance on all those situations. The main thing is to understand that these emotions need to be overcome and they need to be turned around as learning opportunities. It is an ancient belief that we grow through extreme pain. Yes. So whenever you face extreme pain in your life, this is a huge opportunity knocking on your door as a growth prospect. If you can't see or if you fail to see the opportunity that is coming with your failures or with your sad days, you miss that particular event for a big time. In the story, the same thing happened with the person who lost everything and started to mourn about that single event. And the other one who had the same fate but started to change his direction by understanding what can be done and started to learn from every lost situations, started to gain from those particular failure. So that is the lesson, you guys. Being emotionally intelligent means that you need to understand whenever failure comes to you, it means it is a huge learning opportunity standing right in front of you. You need to believe in yourself and you need to find out the why and hows of making it correct for you. Whenever things start to change for the bad, you need to understand your emotions. You need to study the source of the emotions and start to shift your failures into learning opportunities. Every failure will teach you so many things that you can never imagine once you start to grow out of it. So, the end of the story and the end of my lecture session is only one simple thing. Being emotionally intelligent means to turn every bad situation into a good one. So don't you want a life that is full of with all happy moments, and whichever moments you categorize as bad are all learning opportunities or learning moments for you? That means you are progressing, and this kind of situation can be easily taught and easily practiced once you become a person with a high emotional intelligent quotient or a high EQ. So start learning with me about emotional intelligence, and I would help you grow and become more aware of your life and to become more happier in your life by learning with small stories and small snippets of life experiences. Thank you all for joining in, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.